Okay, I also wanted to show off for a bit. So I've practiced over the last couple of days a very difficult endgame, which if you do that puzzle that I showed a couple of as well, so it's this puzzle with white to play and win. What the engine does is the engine allows you to make a queen, because that takes longer to checkmate. So I tried to play that, and it's very difficult. But now I've practiced it, so I can show you. I'm gonna show off for a bit. I'm gonna play this max level stockfish, and I'm gonna play as white. I'm gonna win this against stockfish level 8. And what was the plan? There are a couple of things I can do in this position, but I can just do this. My queen is attacked. Give a bunch of checks, or just one. The one is enough, and move my king up. King needs to be up. You do give a lot of checks in this position for some reason. This doesn't. The fact that it goes to the corner doesn't help. What you really need to do is split up the king and the rook. So pin. Pin is always useful versus one of two moves. And then it threatens this, so you go here. You want to have the queen as close as possible. And check. A lot of checks actually, somehow. Usually you wouldn't, but in this variation, in this endgame you do. I wanted to go here with check, unless they move up, but that's... Oh, that doesn't actually work. Fine. I'll just say whatever. Check here then. It's fine. And then move up. The king needs to be kind of close. And now we're going to give a bunch of checks. I believe here. I mean, you've got some leeway, of course. Let's move the king a bit closer. Can I use that? Probably not, right? Yeah, this diagonal is blocked. You need to attack a rook via diagonal. I mean, let's try. If not, I actually kind of wanna just force them to play a different move. That makes it more difficult. Like that. Check. Fairly certain it was this. Pin. Move up, is that good? Probably not. It's still difficult. Guess I'll just go back and try to find a different route. Maybe this is fine. Like that, yeah. This looks good. Attack the rook. Right? No. The thing is, you don't actually want the king to be on the edge, because then there are stalemate options, and this rook can become a menace. But I do want my king to move up. So, for example, now. This is not how I practiced it though. But maybe this should be, maybe this is still fine. One of the main issues you've got is the 50 moves. We're already at move 24. I'm getting somewhere, I think. Yeah, this is basically the setup, that you force the king to move, because otherwise it's checkmate, or force the rook to move, otherwise you just take it, and it can't stay close because then you get into, well, my king gets too close. And now it's just a question of forking the king and the rook, which is you need to be on this diagonal. It's this, right? Two options. Maybe not. Maybe this is still fine. For black. Am I missing something? Probably. Wait, can I solve this? 2 seconds. I doubt it. Probably can't solve this. Oh, I can. I think. The issue is that if I move my king forward, which is, this is the spot where it should be, then I get checked again. So let's move a couple of moves back. Okay, this is also fine. This is not a good move, I believe. But this is fine. No, then it moves up again. Here. That was the point. Forcing king up, and then here. You want to give the black king some room. No. You want it to be here. White queen should be there. Or here, of course. No, this is it. This is the position. Did we get this position already? Let's take a look. No, right? No, it's different. No, they tried a third row defense, which is a term that I saw, but now it's cut off. Yeah. Pin. Always pin. Gross. Never mind. That forces a rook to move, but it can sack itself, so... I'm almost at the winning position. Is it here? Might be here. Check. No, because then now the king is forced to move up. We're almost there. Also, I don't have a lot of moves left. I think this is it. And now the rook is forced to move off away, right? Maybe not. Is it this? No, because then the rook sacks itself. I had it at some point. Also, this is not gonna be good enough because I will need too long to win this. And this is also not good because then rook g6. This. No. I had it. I knew it. You need to get the king to f6, or basically here. That was the point. Where... is it here? Wait, really? That's it? I believe so, but... yeah. Now to find the... line. Or I go stand on this diagonal and play king f6. Or here or something. Check. You can't go here, so you have to go there. I saw that. This forces the king up again, because otherwise this trick. Or here. No. This seems good. Oh, but then the king... no, that's fine. King can't go there. Now the king is safe here. No checks. This should be it. I'm fairly certain. Can't block. Or do you need a triangle here? No, right? Or this is not good, because then it's a draw. Because rook f7. I need to get this position with black to move. This exact position. Oh, I can do that. There we go. Yes, this is it. And now it's just a question of how to fork the rook and king. Yeah, you couldn't go up because then it's a fork here. Right, wait. Okay, now I need to think about it again. Could also be queen g6. h6 there. Oh, I see. Ah, nice. And then you go over the dark squares. And you get to g1 in the end. Because you can't ever go here. Because then there's a... No, that's not true. It's true for this one. And then I've got 50 more moves to make a checkmate, which is easy. But I do need to win the rook somehow. There's also a nice trick where you go here. So here. This forces king g8 again. That's... This forces king h7 again. I'm going to try this. I'm not sure this works. I'm fairly certain it doesn't. No, king g6 doesn't work because of rook g7. Ah, I got it. Here. You can't go there because of this check. So now you go there, h2, and then g1. With 3 moves left, and then it's checkmate into from here. This is so awful. I'm not sure I did the technique perfectly, but like... I mean... You can't really set it up here, because the rook is on the 3rd rank or the 6th rank. Now the rook is on the 7th. So now you can try to set it up for f6. Yeah, 7-7, so if I get the king to f6, then that's good enough. Here, yeah. And then you have to reforce it off, and then some sequence of checks to get to here or whatever. Bomb. Owned. That's basically the idea. Get to one of these squares with the king, bunch of checks, try to find a make that forces the rook off away from the king, bunch of checks to find a good fork, and then you win. Good luck trying to figure that out.